of them being the farmers' issues, land being one, the biggest one, just because I mentioned the 407. And another thing I think he was going to talk about is some student loans. The student loans had a set off or offset the student loan. The information is in the package as well, but it's apparently Rob's been getting phone calls and emails from people who are actually successfully using the process to pay off their student loans, and I think that it's a pretty good indicator that something is working there. So success stories are always nice to hear. The land thing, on the other hand, I mean, we've got, he mentioned the Maori in New Zealand and how they're going to be taking back their land in 10,000 of them at one big spell swoop. And I think that'll be pretty amazing and precedent setting for pretty much anywhere else in the Commonwealth. Yeah, so I think that we're almost ready for Rob to come back on, because I really don't have much else to say. So,
let's hear it for Chris, man.
Thanks.
First time on stage, he was a little bit concerned about coming out here. But I told him, with dimples like that, why worry? You can get away with anything with dimples like that. If you got dimples like that, you don't need what I'm teaching. What's that? Is that your problem there, Chris? Is that what you found? Okay, what I want to talk about, what we're going to start with, I had the honor and the opportunity to speak with some of you when we had our little break and our wonderful dinner. All of this food, incidentally, well, all the burgers, that's a gift from that Rick guy back there, the grumpy Santa-looking guy. And other people brought some other food, some of the tasty sausage. There, we got a sausage maker in the audience, apparently. That's what life is about, eh? I think you can pretty much... So if you want any really good sausage, talk to this guy later. He's got cards. And where's them chocolate bars? Are they all sold?
Nope.
Dude, there's only like 14 left. They're $2 each. A young girl needs to sell those. I'm going to hold you all hostage and until those chocolates are gone. So if you got a toonie in your pocket, you're finding one. I'm buying one. Okay, who here has their birth certificate on them? Pull it out. Let me show you something amazing. I'm going to show you how we discharge student loans. Once you understand that, I will show you how you can use the exact same process to deal with a number of different issues. Oh, and he's got to be difficult. Who's got a standard one?
That's what you want, isn't it?
That's what I wanted. Okay, now come on up here, Flora. You didn't know this was going to happen, did you? Okay, now, if you got a birth certificate, pull it out and let's look at it. Look at this. What do you notice strange about it?
Strange.
Besides the fact that they got your age by 10 years off.
Province of Saskatchewan? I have nothing strange. A lot of numbers. I don't know what they mean.
Do you see where your name is?
Uppercase.
Do you see how everything on here, they identify as to function? They've got your name here. They tell you name, function, birth date, birthplace. Everything they put on this document, they identify as to function, except for the number on the back. If you're born in Ontario, you might find that number in the upper left-hand or upper right-hand corner. Quebec also. Some of them, let's look on the back of yours.
I don't have anything on the back.
Especially, yeah, that's the one. I'm looking for some older folks.
Oh yeah, you got it in the back.
No, yours is right there. It's the number they don't identify as to function. If you were to look at Rob Christie's, what's yours say? Nope. Looking for someone who has green ink on the back of theirs. If so, you're the big winner.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're done?
You were done. Rob Christie's on the back. It's the same number. It's in green ink and it says Treasury Use Only Revenue Receipt. That number is in fact a bond tracking number, or they might say no, it's not a bond tracking number because they've got a different word for it. It might be just a monitoring number. Essentially, what they did when you registered as a child, whose was this? Thanks. They crafted and created a bond. They float this bond on the international market. This bond generates revenue every year. You've heard of the federal transfer payments. Your federal representative is transferring money to your provincial representative. What that number represents is an account. It has money in it. It represents your share of Canada. Look at the value of Canada. What is Canada as a landmass worth? Who owns it? You do. What portion do you own? That portion evidenced by that number. The Federal Minister of Finance is acting as a fiduciary agent in trust over your account. When's the last time you told him what to do with your money? Never. You've been ignorant of it. His obligation then is to transfer it under the Financial Administration Act. As a fiduciary, his obligation is to transfer it on a yearly basis to a registered representative, your provincial government, hence the federal transfer payments. Neither of these parties would have any right to touch this money if they weren't acting as your representative and in a fiduciary responsibility. Because you never tell them what to do with it, they have to take this money, and their duty then is to spend it in a manner which is a benefit to you and your society simultaneously. They can spend it on your highway, they can spend it on roads, they can spend it on hospitals, they can spend it on education. But they get to decide how it is spent within this framework. You have the right, under what we found with the student loans, you have a right to order the Federal Minister of Finance to take this money and, instead of transferring it to your registered representative, to put it towards your student loan, to put it towards anything that is a benefit to you and your society simultaneously. This entire election thing, what they're doing is who gets to play with your blocks, who gets to play with the money that's generated. It's your money. These are your representatives. You've got a right to tell them, no, I have a right. You use a notice of understanding and intent and a claim of right. Specifically with the student loans, Canada is a signatory to a United Nations covenant where they acknowledge post-secondary education is a right. It's necessary for the development of a free and just society. It would be made equally accessible to all, and in particular with the progressive introduction of free education. They have given you free education in the form of a student loan. The student loan can be discharged at any time. Read the Student Loan Act by way of a discharge or a set-off. Discharge is when two people, one party owes this guy 10 bucks, this party owes this guy 12 bucks. Guess what? You do a discharge. This guy now only owes 2 bucks. That's when two parties are in agreement that there are two debts. A set-off is even better. A set-off, you don't need an opposing debt. You just have to claim there is a debt and let them try to dispute it. And the set-off is a deduction where the debt may or may not exist, but you're willing to claim it does. Because you have this available to you, essentially what it says is if the federal government owes you any money at any time, this money can be used for your student loan. And they love this section. They use it in income tax time all the time. These students think they're getting money back, and suddenly they don't. Their refund is grabbed by the government, and it's paying towards their student loan. You have the right to do this at any time because of that number. They always owe you money. These bonds are generating a lot of money every year, and you can use this money to pay for your student loan. You discharge it. We've had phone calls. A woman called in and said, yeah, I want that whole student loan package. I want a package. And we asked, well, where'd you get this information? Well, there was a girl at work who had gone through it, discharged her entire student loan, and now this woman was calling up. No convincing was required. She wanted it for her nieces and nephews. We got another phone call from a woman. She just wanted to invite me to a party because she had phoned up, asked about her student loan, the status. She went through a process. They told her, well, your student loan has been discharged. She asked, can I get another one? And in a very snarky tone, she was told, well, you discharged the last one. I don't see how we can stop you. This is how they gave you your free education. It's kind of like they put a dish on the buffet. They've covered the dish with the tablecloth, and you walk right past it, and they get to say, oh, well, we put the dish on the buffet